Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. Today I'm back with another very interesting and tricky SQL interview question. So here's the question you can see on my screen. Write a SQL query to reverse a string without using a reverse function. So here's a tricky part. You don't have to use a reverse function in a SQL to reverse a string. So without using this function, we have to get the output like this. So it's like we have an input like this is Sangarg. So Sangarg is my channel name. Please don't forget to subscribe. And we have to reverse our string like this. So now let's move to ID how we can solve it. So to solve this problem, I'm going to use a recursive CTE method. So what is a recursive CTE? First of all, let me tell you, recursive CTE is a common table expression which refers itself. So it's like a while loop which repeatedly executes until the condition won't get false. So this is a recursive CTE. So how we can define a recursive CTE? So it start with clause, and after that we have to define a recursive syntax to define a recursive CTE. In some databases it's not required, but here I'm using Redshift. So in which Redshift it's required to define. After that we have to define a common table expression name. So this name could be anything, but here currently defining as a CTE only, and here we have to define our column names which we are going to use in our common table expression. So here let's start how we can solve it. So first of all, let's first define an input string. As we don't have any table, so we have to define our input string as manually. So here's my input string is this is Sangarg. So this input string could be anything. You can define a different string also, but here I'm defining is like this. So it should here I'm just casting value as a varchar. So you can use a cast function if this way you cannot able to cast in your database. So I'm just defining as a varchar kind of 25 variable characters and define as a string column name. So my first column is string. So to reverse a string, so this could be any string. So I should know what is the length of my string every time. So my next column going to be length of the string. For length of the string, this is the function we can use len. Okay. So I should know the length of the string, my given string, which is named as a string. And let me define as a L. My second column going to be L. After that, how I'm going to define a logic in recursive CTE. So you can try by on before checking my solution also. If unable to solve it, please don't forget to mention in a comment section. So I'm going to build a logic is like that. I'm going to pick from my input string from the end one by one letter, and I will append into the empty string, and I will generate a loop so that it will append one letter in a reverse manner. Okay, this is how I'm going to build a logic. So if you couldn't understand, let me show you first. Like this is the string, and it should have some index. So this is length of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so from the end it should be like G R A G N A S. In reverse manner it should be like this. So from the end we have to pick. So how my code will check in which index I have to go. So for that we have defined our length. Now we have picked one letter. The one letter we have picked, but we have to append somewhere also to get the final full string in reverse manner, right? So that's why we are going to define as an empty string. So how we can define as an empty string? Like this. I'm casting as a varchar again. Varchar 25 and defining as a reversed string. So my third and last column is string, this reverse string. So I have defined my main query. After that, I have to go to my recursive CTE part. So in the next part, I have to define my recursive CTE. So here it's like select star from recursive CTE. So recursive CTE name which we defined over here, and here where condition, termination condition. So here we have to give a termination condition like this. So I'm just removing it, and let's define a logic. So my first column should be like, it should be a string only. Next column, here we have to build a logic. So I have to pick my last letter from the input string. So how I can do that? You must be aware of that there is a substring function in SQL. Substring function, how it works, it's like input column, index, and how many letters I want to pick. Okay, here's now here input is my string column. After that, I have to define on which index it should go every time. So it should go every time to the last index. Last index, how it picks, so that's why we have defined length. And how many letters should pick every time? One, one, one. So here's a length. We have defined L, but it should be working as a loop, right? So I have to minus every time. So first iteration it's on a like last letter index. So this is like I think 15th length of string. So in the first iteration it will go to 15th index. After that minus like 15 minus 1 14th. So it will pick R. After that 13 it pick A, like that. So I've defined my second column. So I have defined it, right? And now in my termination condition, I have to define where my loop should exit. So it should be like length is greater than 0. Okay, when the length comes to 1 minus 1, it should terminate. So let me show you first my output. So let's start from sihT. So my logic is not yet completed, but I'm trying to show how it will look like. You can see this is my input and my loop is generating the loop is working perfectly. But here you can see I'm able to pick one letter from the end successfully. You can see G, R, A, G, and in a reverse manner. But here my intention is to get the reverse string in one go. So how we can do that? So you see key I have defined my empty string. So in reverse string I'm going to append each letter one by one in each loop, right? So this is how first letter, let's say, it picks G, so it goes to G reverse string. So empty plus G, so it's only G in the reverse string. In the next iteration, it picks the data from this part, first part. So this is how it refers itself again and again. So now in the reverse string we have a G. Now it pick R. So if it's GR. Next iteration it pick A. So now it's like ARG. So sorry, GRA. So it will append one letter from the previous output. So here let me show first output. Can you see? I'm successfully generated. It's a kind of star pattern. You can see. So we can generate a star also, but my intention is to get the reverse string. So in the end, you can see I've get a successfully reverse string. But here my answer is not completed yet. We don't want this part, right? I want just this input only. So how I can do that? Here in the last output, I can do like L is equal to 0. I'll show you. This is a very dynamic. I will change my input string also and it will work perfectly. I'll show you. So my output should be with the two columns. Reverse string. Now I will run it. Can you see? I've successfully generated a reverse string from the input string. It's a completely in reverse manner. Now I'll show you like this is very dynamic. I'll change my reverse string. So let me change my like this is Sandeep Garg. So string is getting longer and let me run it again. I hope this should work fine because it's a dynamic. Now yeah, so you can see we have achieved our output. So that's it for this video. So I hope you like this video and learn something new. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. This motivates me to create such more contents for you for free of cost. And don't forget to subscribe my channel for more updates. So that's it for this video. We will meet in the next video. Bye bye.